Congrats, you two.
I can't believe I just married my best friend's brother.
Here's a card for you. No pin. Use the money as you like. No limit. I have to rush off to Amaridia for a business trip. I'll find you the moment I get back.
I've got enough money. I just got married and he's giving me spending money? Does he actually want to make this work? Not just a sham?
What? Your dad forced you to marry some guy over 50 to pay off his gambling debts? Ugh, that's terrible. Audie, why not marry my brother? He's rich, handsome, and a really good guy. Plus, once you're married, your dad can't bother you anymore. Okay.
Hello, Miss Audrey Scott. Congratulations, you've passed the interview with Southview Law Firm. Please start your trial on Monday.
I passed the interview. Okay, I'll be there on time.
Good morning.
Good morning, Audrey.
Mrs. Scott, please take a look.
Good morning, Audrey.
Morning.
Audrey, you've been interning at Southview Law Firm for a year now. Isn't it time to make it official today?
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Ryan, you just got back and bought Southview Law Firm for your wife. That's one. Costly romance.
I've been abroad for a year. I owe her a lot. Giving her a law firm is just the start.
I'm curious about the woman who changed you so much.
Audrey Scott. Stop right there. Audrey? Just because I touched you, you accused me of harassment and got me fired?
You abused your position as HR supervisor to sexually harass an intern. Consider yourself lucky, it's just a dismissal.
I fought hard for that supervisor role. Your complaint ruined my career. You're shameless.
Shameless? Jason Wilson, this year. 3 women quit because of your harassment. One even got depression. You're the one who's disgusting. Plus, I have evidence of you harassing other female coworkers.
What are you staring at? Still staring?
Sexual harassment can result in criminal charges.
Ryan, who's your mysterious wife? You even gave her the company.
Quit the nonsense. Withdraw the complaint now or you'll regret it.
I'm shocked you're still unapologetic. In that case, I'll not only keep the complaint, but push for criminal charges.
Stop trying to scare me. I'm telling you, I've lost my job and my home. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
I've seen this woman somewhere.
He looks so familiar.
Take him away.
What are you doing? Let go of me. Let go.
Ryan, lucky you.
Just got back and already embraced by a beauty.
You all right?
I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go. Show me. The gift you got for your wife.
Sure. Why does that woman look so familiar? Stop watching.
Why do I feel like I've Seen him before?
Audie, I'm so jealous. First encounter. And you've already had close contact with our new CEO.
New CEO? You mean he's our new CEO, Ryan Langley?
That's him. But be warned, Mr. Langley really dislikes employees who flirt around. Don't get any ideas.
What are you thinking?
That scene just now, so intense. Some people are Amy Woods, Audrey's coworker, just shameless, trying to cozy up to Mr. Langley.
Amy Woods, you and Audie are co-workers. Watch your words.
I never said who it was.
What's all the commotion about?
Mr. Jones.
Got an announcement. Big news. Mr. Langley's personally deciding the interns' promotions. He'll pick one to handle his personal affairs. It's between you two. Prepare well.
So we could work closely with Mr. Langley? Exactly. It'll be me for sure.
Ryan, I've brought the 2 top performers for you.
Hello, Mr. Langley. I'm Amy Woods. Been with the company for a whole year. Strong in all areas. Especially in bed.
Good in bed? John, assign her. Assign her to sales for bed sheets?
Mr. Langley, why send me to sell bed sheets?
What? You don't listen to me?
No, I didn't mean that.
Didn't you see Ryan's angry? Move along, move along.
I still feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Here's your chance. What are you waiting for?
Hi, Mr. Langley. I'm Audrey Scott.
Audrey Scott? Why does that name sound familiar? Audrey Scott? Why does that name sound familiar? Audrey, you... Hello, Ella.
Ryan, is this how you act as a husband? You marry my best friend and vanish overseas for a year.
Let me explain. I left because of an urgent matter.
I don't care. Today you have to bring my sister-in-law home. Or forget being my brother.
Don't worry. I swear I'll bring her home today.
Great! I'll send you her contact info now. Make sure you make it up to her.
I know. I'll make up for what she missed this past year. We'll live happily together. John,
Yes?
what should I bring when meeting a girl?
Mr. Langley, I think. You should ask a girl.
Depends on what kind of girl we're talking about.
My wife.
Didn't expect Mr. Langley to be married so young.
Mr. Langley, rumor has it that you bought this law firm right after returning to the country as a gift for your wife. Is that true?
This firm's for my wife. I've been abroad for a year. She must have endured a lot. This isn't nearly enough to make up for it.
So envious. What a dream husband. Gives away $100 million companies just like that.
Hey, Audrey, you haven't told me yet. For my first meeting with my wife, what gift should I bring?
Mr. Langley, you haven't spent time with your wife for a while. I think being there is key. Take her out for a meal, give her flowers, maybe shop a bit.
Sounds good. Let's do that. Also, John, inform everyone. Audrey Scott's promotion won't go through HR. She'll be my personal assistant.
Personal assistant? Mr. Langley. Here are the gifts for your wife. Everything's ready.
Great. I made the right choice. You're thorough and attentive. A great assistant.
You're too kind, Mr. Langley. I'm really envious of your wife. She's so lucky to have you.
You've worked hard today. Take some rest.
Thanks, Mr. Langley. Hello, who is it?
Oh, my wife doesn't even save my number. It's all right. We'll get used to it over time.
Hey.
It's Brian.
Brian?
Don't remember me? I'm your husband.
Don't worry, darling. I'll take good care of you tonight.
I can't believe my wife is such an unfaithful woman.
Why did he hang up suddenly? That was strange.
Yay! Dad, you must have bought me a gift. Thanks, Dad.
Hey, Ella.
Audie, have you seen my brother?
Your brother? I thought he was abroad.
What? He didn't come to see you? What's going on? He promised to bring you a gift today.
That's crazy. My boss is seeing his wife with gifts today, too.
What? Your boss?
The new big boss at our law firm. He's not just handsome, he's obsessed with spoiling his wife. To see his wife, he prepared a ton of gifts. He's one of those rare rich guys who genuinely adore their wives.
Wow, guys like him are hard to find. But my brother's also a great man. Handsome, rich, and such a gentleman. Once you meet him, you're gonna love him.
All right. Your brother's the best. I'm heading home to wait for him.
Okay.
Audrey, you look exhausted. Didn't sleep well?
Stayed up late. Ella was just overreacting. Said my husband was coming to see me, but I waited all night and didn't see him.
Strange. Mr. Langley seemed fine yesterday, but he's in a mood today.
Be careful. Are you all right?
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Are all of Mr. Langley's female employees this attractive?
What are you doing? Oh no, that's Mr. Langley's big client. If I hit him, I'm doomed.
A small-time employee like you dares to hit me? You're in trouble now.
Frank. She's with me.
Mr. Langley, I was wrong. Since she's with you, I wouldn't dare touch her. But Mr. Langley, if you ever get bored, let me know, so I can have a taste.
Apologize to my assistant.
Mr. Langley, don't joke. We've been friends for years. We just signed a $10 million deal last week. You wouldn't drop that. just for some small fry.
Oh, I'm done for. Mr. Langley wouldn't lose a $10 million deal for a mere assistant like me.
I get it. Mr. Langley, you like this assistant. No big deal. If you don't mind, we can have a little fun together.
Go to hell. As of today, the Langley Group will cut all ties with Harmon Real Estate.
Mr. Langley, no! I was wrong, Mr. Langley.
Throw him out.
Mr. Langley. Mr. Langley.
I can't believe Mr. Langley stood up for me. Mr. Langley, Harmon Real Estate and us have many partnerships. No need to cut ties because of me.
You're part of my team. I always look out for my own.
Thank you, Mr. Langley. Mr. Langley? You seem upset today. Unpleasant meeting with your wife?
Maybe. She might not want to meet me.
I don't know what happened between you two, but Mr. Langley, you're remarkable. So your wife must be too. Perhaps it's a misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding? Although I heard a man's voice at her place, it proves nothing. What if it's a misunderstanding? Good thing Audrey is meticulous. Otherwise, I'd be clueless.
Why are you staring at me like that, Mr. Langley?
Nothing. Oh, by the way, is the law firm transfer agreement ready?
Yes, ready. Planning to give it to your wife?
Exactly. I need you to help me pick out some gifts tonight.
No problem.
Here's your overtime pay.
Thanks, Mr. Langley.
You 100 grand?
Hey, Ella.
Audie, I just called my brother. He said he'll definitely see you tonight. I'm almost at your place. I'll be with you tonight to meet him. Waiting for you.
My husband's actually coming back. Should I get him a gift if I see him?
Audrey?
Oh, coming.
Luxury Boutique. Welcome, Mr. Langley. Welcome, Mrs. Langley.
I'm not Mr. Langley's wife.
Is the stuff I asked you to prepare ready?
Mr. Langley, the gifts you wanted are all ready.
Mr. Langley interrupted the manager on purpose to save me from embarrassment. Such a nice guy. Bags worth millions, dozens at once. And jewelry worth tens of millions, plus diamond rings. Rich people's gifts, simply unimaginable for ordinary folks.
All right, let's take a look over there.
Please.
That one. You want to buy a watch?
I want to buy a men's watch. For my husband.
You're married? You're married?
I've never bought a men's watch before. I don't know which one to choose. Why don't you help me pick one, Mr. Langley?
Oh. I think that black one looks nice. It's understated and classy. Most men would like it.
I think this one's great too. Let's go with this one then. Please wrap it up for me.
I didn't expect her to be such a thoughtful and caring woman in real life.
Mr. Langley, all the gifts are ready.
Audrey, how do I look? Is everything all right?
Perfect. You look absolutely handsome, dashing and charming. Oh, Mr. Langley, here's the law firm transfer agreement. The digital version. I've sent it to your email. I hope you have a pleasant meeting with your wife.
Thank you.
I wonder what kind of person Mr. Langley's wife is. How did she get such a handsome, wealthy, gentle, and considerate man to care for her so much?
Hello.
Ryan, if you don't pick up my sister-in-law soon, I'm really going to get mad. A year ago, you left for work in Amaridia without any warning, not considering her feelings at all. Do you know how she's been coping this past year?
It's my fault. That's why I'm here to make amends.
I don't care. Tonight, you must bring my best friend, my sister-in-law Audrey Scott, back home.
What did you say your sister-in-law's name was?
Audrey Scott.
Audrey Scott? Audrey Scott?
What is it, Mr. Langley?
Nothing. Do you need me to drive you back?
No need. I've called a car. Then I'll be going, Mr. Langley.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Langley. I'm Audrey Scott.
No wonder I thought the name Audrey Scott sounded familiar. It's the same as my wife's name.
Ryan, are you even listening to me? You actually forgot your own wife's name. You're really pissing me off.
Don't worry, I'll bring her over tonight. This time, I'll definitely cherish her. Let's go.
I'm home, Ella.
Audrey. Audrey, you're finally back. Good news. My brother will be here at 8 sharp. He called and said so himself.
So, do I need to do anything?
You don't need to do anything. Just wait to receive my brother's passionate love. Soon you'll have 2 kids in 3 years, and my brother can report back to the family.
Well, I'm a bit nervous.
What are you nervous about? Your husband and wife! You just sit here like a good girl. It's almost 8 o'clock. You'll see each other very soon.
That's right, Audrey. Don't be nervous. It's not like it's your first time meeting. You saw him when you got your marriage certificate.
"20 seconds left until 8 o'clock. Quick! Go open the door to welcome my brother.
Audra, what are you doing?
Audrey, don't be so formal. I'm out of money. Dad told me to ask you for some.
What? Are you begging? Just asking like that?
Watch your tone. Now that you've got a steady job and money, you're ignoring your family. Dad worked so hard to raise you. How can you face him?
He's your dad. He's an alcoholic and gambler. He beat and yelled at me since I was little. To pay off his gambling debts, he tried to sell me to a man in his 50s. From that day on, I no longer have a father.
You...
Leave now. Don't make me call the police.
Audie, your sister's no pushover. What if she doesn't give you money?
Don't worry. With our relationship, she'll have to give in. We'll make her cough it up eventually.
Audie, you're so clever.
Your last name is Scott?
That's right.
And you're called Audie?
Wait, who are you? Why are you looking for my girlfriend?
She's actually my wife, and here I was thinking of giving her another chance. Turns out, last time wasn't a misunderstanding at all.
Is this guy crazy or what?
He's here looking for Audrey Scott. Judging by how he's dressed, he seems to be wealthy. Audrey Scott, you're quite something, aren't you?
Why isn't my brother here yet? It's so late already. Even a turtle would have crawled here by now. I'll give him a call to hurry him up. Hey bro, what's going on? Didn't we agree you'd pick up my sister-in-law today?
I don't have such a wife.
You? What are you talking about? What's going on with you?
Nothing. Just tell that woman I'll give her $50 million as compensation. Tell her to find time to finalize the divorce.
Hey. $50 million in compensation? Has my brother gone mad?
What, 50 million?
It's nothing, Audrey. My brother said that to compensate you, he'll give you $50 million as pocket money.
Rich people are really something else.
Oh well, I'm getting a bit hungry. Let's go eat, Audrey. We'll forget about him.
Okay, sure.
My brother now seems to have some misunderstanding about Audrey. Looks like it's impossible for him to pursue Audrey on his own initiative. So I can only pursue her on his behalf. Ms. Jenkins, come up here. Bring the coffee and the invitation.
Miss, your coffee.
How are the preparations for the charity auction going?
This time we've invited all the entrepreneurs in Cloud City. When they heard the auction proceeds will be donated to build charity primary schools in mountain areas, they were very enthusiastic.
Good. At the auction, there's a constellation necklace. No matter how high the price, buy it in my brother's name and give it to Audrey.
Miss, the constellation necklace is a royal collection piece. Its price is immeasurable.
This necklace is for my sister-in-law. However expensive, she deserves it, okay? Go arrange it quickly.
Yes.
When Audrey receives my brother's gift, she will definitely fall in love with him. Hey, Audrey. Audrey, tomorrow at Imperial Hotel, there's a charity auction. My mom insists I go, but I've made plans with my friend. Can you go in my place?
You're impossible.
So you agree? I knew you were the best. Someone's here to see me. I'll hang up now, Audrey.
Little Ella, you were looking for me?
Michael, come sit down. Michael, have some coffee.
Stop being so nice. Tell me, what trouble do you have now that you want me to fix?
It's like this. The Langley Group is hosting a charity auction. I have 2 invitations here. When the time comes, can you go with my brother?
Why don't you give them to your brother yourself?
You know very well my brother's bad temper. He'll definitely complain this kind of event is boring. But this event is very important. My mom said someone must attend. So just take him along.
Help you? What's in it for me?
Oh, Michael, you're the best.
All right. I agree. The invitation for tomorrow's charity auction.
You know very well, I'm not interested in those kinds of events.
Just think of it as going to meet some people.
At these charity auctions, the philanthropists who attend are just going through the motions. How many are truly doing charity work? What's the point in meeting them?
That may not necessarily be true.
Audrey Scott? Which Audrey Scott? Audrey Scott? Which Audrey Scott?
Which Audrey? Your wife, of course. How many Audreys do you know?
My assistant's name is also Audrey Scott, but only elites get invited to charity auctions. I doubt she'd receive an invite.
What a coincidence. Your assistant isn't your wife, right? That's how TV dramas always go.
No way. I've met my wife. She's not like Miss Nera Scott.
Ella really likes her as a sister-in-law. Didn't you say she cheated on you? Could it be a misunderstanding?
I saw it with my own eyes. No misunderstanding. Let's not talk about it. I've decided on a divorce.
Then, are you still going to the auction?
Of course. To clear things up and speed up the divorce.
Wow, Ryan divorcing on the spot?
Bold move.
Hey, isn't that our college beauty, Audrey Scott? Wow, dressed like that, looking for rich guys, huh?
Get lost.
You probably don't know yet. But after college graduation, I started a big company. My status and position, now Marcus Woods' secretary, Marcus Woods' mistress, are worlds apart from before. But I see you're still quite charming. How about this? I'll give you $100,000 a month to be my mistress, on call anytime. What do you say?
$100,000 a month to keep a mistress? Among CEOs, you must be considered poor.
You think you're still that college beauty everyone chased after? Me being interested in you is doing you a favor. Wait a minute. Don't tell me you're already kept by someone else? Ah, your face looks so radiant.
You butch! How dare you hit Mr. Woods? Mr. Woods, are you okay?
Audrey Scott, I advise you not to push your luck. Serve me well, and I'll guarantee you a comfortable life.
Mr. Woods, I'm still here, you know.
I'll have some fun with you two. Wouldn't that be more exciting?
You're really full of yourself. Ugly face, dirty mind.
Who do you think you are daring to insult me like that? I'm teaching this little botch a lesson. Why are you sticking up for her?
I'm her husband.
No way. Audrey Scott, what's the meaning of this? You found someone to pretend to be your husband? Him? Someone like him is worth maybe $100 a day.
Exactly. Those clothes he's wearing, I bet they're all rented. Who knows how he managed to sneak into such a high-class event.
Slap them. If you dare speak out of turn again, I'll cripple you right now.
Mr. Woods, they've brought people with them. We'd better leave quickly. Didn't you say our main goal today was to connect with Mr. Langley from the Langley Group? Don't forget our real purpose.
Right. We can't let them distract us from our goal. Let's go.
Is your face okay?
It's fine.
Why are you at an event like this?
To be honest, I'm actually here on behalf of a friend. Otherwise, at a place where all these big shots gather, an ordinary person like me wouldn't have the chance.
Oh, I see.
What about you, Mr. Langley?
I'm here to find someone. Shall we go in together?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the charity auction sponsored by the Langley Group. All proceeds from this auction will be donated through the Charity Foundation to impoverished areas to build charity primary schools. Now let the auction begin. The first item up for auction is from the Tang Dynasty. Now we present the final item of this auction, from the royal family, the Constellation Necklace.
Wow, it's so beautiful. I want it too.
This is what every woman dreams of.
Starting bid, $30 million.
Rico's Pharmaceuticals, $30 million.
Fuyo Real Estate, $40 million.
Vansha Pharmaceuticals, $50 million.
Joy in Electronics, $80 million. Some people here, dressed up all fancy, come to a charity auction without spending a dime. I'm embarrassed for them.
Just bid whatever.
Is that appropriate?
It's for charity. Any amount, big or small, helps.
100 million.
100 million? I don't believe Audrey Scott can afford 100 million.
CEO of Cloudtail International, Ryan Langley, $200 million.
200 million once, 200 million twice, 200 million 3 times. Sold!
This necklace is for Mr. Langley's wife, Audrey Scott.
Me? Me?
I'll take this call. Yeah.
Ryan, the necklace I sent to Audrey in your name, did she get it?
Oh, so you arranged the necklace. You sent it to the wrong person. Your Audrey didn't even show up today.
What? How's that possible?
Audrey Scott is actually the wife of Cloudtail Group's CEO? That can't be right.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I just received word that this necklace isn't for you. I sincerely apologize.
Oh, no worries.
Oh my. After all that, it was just a mix-up. I knew it. Some people couldn't possibly be the wife of Cloudtail Group's CEO.
I'll talk to you later. I need to sort out this mess first.
Audrey Scott, if you kneel down now and beg for my forgiveness later, I'll give you the other necklace. How about that?
You're not worthy. Please, give me that constellation necklace. Audrey Scott, this constellation necklace is for you.
How romantic.
Mr. Langley, I can't.
Some people really are putting on airs, even pretending to be the young master of the Langley Group. But don't you know Mr. Langley would never attend this kind of event?
Who let their dog off the leash and allowed you to run loose?
How dare you insult me? Where's security? Throw these two out of here.
Who's that? Making such a ruckus here.
Mr. Ford. Someone's disrupting the auction order. He's so arrogant, claiming to be Mr. Langley. I was about to teach him a lesson.
You know him?
I wouldn't dare.
Mr. Ford, we talked about this before. You said you'd introduce me to Mr. Langley.
How dare you hit Mr. Woods?
Forget it. I don't hit women.
Mr. Ford, you...
Clueless fool. The man before you is the CEO of the Langley Group, Ryan Langley.
What? He's Mr. Langley? How is that possible?
Get out of here now!
Let's go.
Let's go too.
This...
Keep it.
Keep it?
Is it really that funny?
That Marcus Woods, I hated him back in college. He took advantage of his family's influence to bully girls everywhere. The girls were afraid of his background, so no one dared to touch him. Mr. Langley is impressive, though.
Taking out the trash?
Oh, right, Mr. Langley. Here's this back to you.
Don't like it?
No woman could resist such an expensive gift. But it's worth $200 million, a major gift. As the recipient, I'd have to pay 20% personal income tax. I can't afford that.
As expected of the company's best employee, you've got the math all figured out.
So you'd better take it back.
Could my wife really be Audrey Scott? This necklace, if you don't want it, just throw it away or give it to someone else.
Throw it away? That's not right. I'll keep it for you then, and return it when you need it.
Ryan, there must be a misunderstanding between you and Audrey. Here's her number. Talk to her again, okay?
Ella says this is my wife's number. If I call it now, I can confirm if Audrey Scott is really my wife.
Hello? Yes, I called for a car. Wait a moment, I'll be right there. Mr. Langley, my car's here. I'm leaving now. I'll keep this for you.
Knowing she's not my wife, what am I still fantasizing about?
Hey Ryan, at last night's auction, you didn't see your wife. So what's your plan for the divorce?
That's why I asked you here today. You're in the legal field, right? Can you help me handle this?
You have so many legal staff. Oh, right, and your assistant Audrey Scott. Didn't she study law? Why not let her handle it?
Why don't you just grab a megaphone and announce to the whole company that I've been cheated on?
Fine. I'll help you handle it, okay? But are you sure you don't want to contact her and have a good talk?
Hello. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Audrey Scott.
You're looking for Miss Scott? What's your relationship to her?
I'm her sister. Our dad is sick. He's in the ER right now. We need a lot of money for treatment. Could you help me find her? Please?
Okay. Don't worry. Come with me.
Thank you.
This is Miss Scott's desk. Their department seems to be in a meeting. Well...
Can I wait for her here?
Sure, have a seat.
That Audrey Scott is such a jerk. After graduation, she got such a good position here. Yet she doesn't send money home. I'm definitely asking her for some today.
Let's meet at the manor for lunch today. We'll discuss the divorce. I'll give you the compensation you're due.
Divorce settlement? Audrey Scott's husband is back, and he wants a divorce. I'm a bit short on cash right now. Might as well take this divorce settlement. All right, but I won't be using this number anymore. I'll send you my new number later. We'll use that to keep in touch from now on. Oh, Audrey. You're not short on money anyway. So this compensation, as your sister, I'll take it on your behalf.
Howdy.
Ella, why are you here?
Audie, didn't you go to the auction yesterday?
I did. Why?
Did you meet anyone special?
I met my boss. Does that count?
What? What's going on? Where did things go wrong?
What's the matter, Ella?
Nothing. Hey, Audie, I just found out my brother is going to Heaven Spring Manor for lunch today. Let's go there too! Then you can see my brother from afar. Who knows, you might fall for him right away.
Why are you always trying to set me up with your brother? Isn't it better to let things happen naturally?
Oh, come on, let's go. I'll go with you to meet him. I promise you won't be disappointed this time.
All right. Let's go.
James, let's go. This time I must make sure they meet properly.
Young master.
What did you say?
Young master, what's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing.
Your private room is ready. Please.
What's the matter?
Howdy. I need to go home. Something came up at the company. I have to rush back.
Then hurry and go.
You can go to Heaven Spring Manor by yourself. It's our own property anyway. Mr. Linton and others know you.
Don't worry, I'll go alone. Since I'm here, I'll have a quick meal.
Isn't this Alexander Kronos' limited edition watch? I heard this watch costs tens of millions at least. Hello.
I'm...
Audrey Scott. Sit. I asked you here to discuss our divorce.
So it's him. Looks like he mistook me for Audrey Scott that day.
I know you found someone else. If that's the case, why should we continue this marriage? This is the divorce agreement. And a card with 50 million on it. Consider it compensation. This is the divorce agreement and a card with 50 million on it. Consider it compensation for you.
This man offers 50 million right off the bat. Everything he's wearing is expensive stuff. If we get divorced, won't I be losing a cash cow? No, I don't agree.
Audrey Scott, the last time we met, I caught you cheating. Even if you don't agree, I can still sue you.
Huh. People like him care about their reputation more than anything. He definitely won't sue me. No matter what you say, I won't agree.
If I sue, you'll be at fault in the marriage. Your compensation will be reduced. Why do something that hurts you and doesn't benefit you?
As long as I'm still your wife, half of your money is mine.
Fine. I'll sincerely consider the compensation. But about the divorce, I won't change my mind. You can think it over too.
Hey, aren't you going to buy me dinner before you go?
I have something else to do. Eat by yourself. Order whatever you want.
Whatever I want. Waiter, bring me your best dishes, all of them. And pack 2 bottles of good wine.
How could Ella like someone like this?
Well, isn't that Audrey Scott? My, latching onto Mr. Langley sure has its perks. This is the most luxurious restaurant in Cloud City. Everyone who comes here is rich or powerful. What? Hooked up with Mr. Langley, so now you can afford fancy places.
Why do I keep running into you? Such bad luck.
Hey, you think having Mr. Langley backing you means you can look down on me? Let me tell you the truth. Mr. Langley is married with a wife. With you, he's just playing around. Got it?
That's right.
Don't get in our way. Move aside.
Look at your face. Don't tell me you've already been dumped by Mr. Langley. came here to find another sucker, right?
Exactly. One look at her and you can tell she's here to seduce men.
What? Are you a madam? How are you so experienced?
Mr. Woods, don't you have a VIP card for Heaven Spring Manor? Please kick this little tramp out.
See this, Audrey Scott? This is the VIP card for Heaven Spring Manor, a symbol of power and status. With just one word from me, I can make all the staff here obey my every command. If you know what's good for you, get on your knees and apologize to me right now. Otherwise, get out of this resort immediately.
Make me leave? Do you own this manor?
If I say it's mine, then it's mine. You clueless piece of trash. Someone!
Marcus Woods.
Throw this woman out.
Such big talk. Such big talk.
Mr. Langley. Damn it! Is Mr. Langley not tired of playing with that BOH Audrey Scott?
What's going on?
This Mr. Woods says Heaven Spring Manor is his, and he's about to kick me out.
Mr. Woods, that's quite an attitude. Since when did my Heaven Spring Manor become yours to decide?
Isn't Heaven Spring Manor the property of my husband's family? How did it become Mr. Langley's?
What? This Heaven Spring Manor is your property too?
I'm the largest shareholder here. Is there a problem?
No, I wouldn't dare.
I heard you're a supreme VIP of Heaven Spring Manor. How come I've never seen such a card?
You betard. You dare forge a Heaven Spring Manor Supreme card?
What? This card is fake. But I paid $200,000 for this card. It turns out to be a fake.
Mr. Woods, next time don't buy fakes from dollar stores. Getting exposed is so embarrassing.
Let's go.
Don't forget your dollar store card. Mr. Linton, from now on, don't let people like this into Heaven Spring Manor.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Langley's tone makes it sound like Heaven Spring Manor really is his family's property. But his straightforward personality is a bit like Ella's.
This young lady, I feel like I've seen her somewhere before.
Mr. Linton, this is Audrey Scott, my sister-in-law. From now on, she's your young madam. All of you, listen up.
Yes, sir. Now I remember. Hello, young madam.
Young madam? Young madam?
Isn't this young madam?
Oh, Mr. Linton. Probably mistook Audrey Scott for that woman. Mr. Linton, you're mistaken. She's not young madam.
Oh?
I'm sorry. Mr. Linton is getting old. His eyesight isn't so good.
Actually, I'd rather Mr. Langley not know about my connection to the Langley family. Mr. Langley, are you here for dinner too?
Yeah. But I'm not really in the mood now.
Not in the mood? How about we go somewhere else then? My treat. It's a good chance to thank you for helping me out lately.
This is the first time you've invited me to dinner. I thought you were trying to avoid your boss at all costs.
How could that be? A handsome, rich boss like you, who's also considerate and easy to work for, is hard to come by.
Yeah, right. Let's go. Mr. Linton, we're leaving. You're just taking me for a bowl of noodles? Looks like the salary I pay you is too low. I'll give you a raise when we get back.
Don't worry, Mr. Langley. The shrimp noodles here may not look fancy, but they're just as good as those expensive delicacies you eat.
I'll take your word for it.
Number 28 is ready.
Mr. Langley, the noodles are ready. I'll go get them.
No, stay seated. I'll get it.
Mr. Langley is such a gentleman. I don't know what his wife was thinking. Giving up such a great man. Mr. Langley, please try the noodles.
They're pretty good.
By the way, Mr. Langley, why were you in a bad mood today? By the way, Mr. Langley, why were you in a bad mood today? If you'd rather not say, just forget I asked. Oh no, how dare I ask Mr. Langley about his business?
It's not a problem at all. It's just a bit embarrassing. Today, I went to Heaven Spring Manor to meet my wife. She was quite different from what I imagined.
She doesn't agree to a divorce? Mr. Langley, women ultimately just want to find happiness. If your wife hasn't done anything terrible, maybe you could talk it over again?
She cheated on me?
Don't worry, Mr. Langley. I won't tell anyone.
Looking back now, my rush to come back to make up for her behavior seems ridiculous.
Mr. Langley, I don't know the details, but I'm sure divorcing you must be her loss. Divorcing you must be her loss. Mr. Langley, why are you staring at me?
You. How does your husband treat you?
Pretty well. Not long ago, he gave me a lot of spending money. Although he stood me up several times, I still haven't met him in person.
That's good then. You're a very nice girl. You deserve happiness. Let's eat.
What's wrong, Mr. Langley?
Ms. Scott, your seatbelt.
Well, Audrey Scott. No wonder you've been so smug at work lately. So you've hooked up with an old man. I'll teach you a lesson this time.
Amy Woods, are you insane?
Someone as shameless as you, seducing older men. Your body must be filthy. It's time for a good wash.
Amy Woods, slander is a criminal offense.
Fine. Come on. Everyone look! What's this?
Audrey Scott, stop being so stubborn. Amy's already got photos of you with that old man. You only got this position by sleeping your way up. Be smart and step down. Our Amy is the one who should be the assistant to the CEO.
Amy Woods, before slandering others, take care of yourself first. You think no one knows about you and Mr. Bennett?
Audrey, you're falsely accusing me. You're the one who needs washing. Audrey Scott!
What are you all doing?
Mr. Bennett, look at her.
What's going on? Why all the commotion?
Audrey Scott is filthy. I tried to help clean her up, but she got mad at me. Talk about ungrateful.
Amy Woods, you need to be responsible for your words.
That's enough. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. What a mess. Do you have any sense of being a Langley employee? Clean yourself up quickly. Come to the meeting. The rest of you follow me too.
Audrey Scott, did you hear that? Get yourself cleaned up now.
The company has a new project. As Mr. Langley's assistant, you need to help out.
Pacific Group?
The Pacific project is very urgent. Review the materials first. If you have any questions, resolve them today. Try to schedule another client negotiation next week.
Mr. Bennett, this Pacific Group is one of our company's important partners. You're entrusting such an important project to her?
The company requires employees to keep their projects confidential. Ms. Woods, if you're so interested, why don't you take it?
So ungrateful.
Mrs. Scott.
Don't worry, Mr. Bennett. I'll do my best.
Good. Meeting adjourned.
Don't touch me! Mr. Bennett, you're playing favorites, giving such an important project to Audrey.
Oh, this project isn't easy to handle. And the contact person is Mr. Lee.
You mean the one from Pacific Group? The sleazy, troublesome guy who even drugs people?
Yeah. Still think I'm playing favorites?
So that's why. The previous contact person quit? This project is a real hot potato. Unless you're willing to sacrifice, there's a high risk of losing it. Close the door.
Let's see who dares to look.
Isn't that Ms. Scott? And behind her, isn't that Mr. Lee's assistant from Pacific?
Do you know him?
I've heard of this Mr. Lee. Apparently he likes to sexually harass partners, especially young women. He's been involved in many sexual scandals because of it. Will Mrs. Scott be safe with him?
Go find out which room they're in.
All right.
Mr. Lee, this is Ms. Scott, a manager from the Langley Group. Audrey, this is Mr. Lee.
Hello, Mr. Lee. Pleased to meet you.
Ms. Scott, you're so young and already in such a position. Truly impressive. Impressive indeed.
You're too kind.
Please sit.
Mr. Lee, our company heard that you weren't satisfied with the previous proposal, so we've prepared a second version for you to review.
Ms. Scott, being so young, you must not have much negotiation experience.
I've led a few negotiations with decent results.
Ms. Scott, you're still quite young after all. Do you know what's most important at the negotiation table? It's alcohol. When the drinks flow freely, any contract can be signed. Ms. Scott, have this drink. And then we'll talk business, all right? Have a drink, Mrs. Scott.
Mr. Lee, to be honest, I'm allergic to alcohol.
You young ladies, whenever it comes to drinking, 8 out of 10 say they're allergic to alcohol.
Mr. Lee, this is not something I can fake. I really am allergic to alcohol.
Allergic or not, it's not up to you today. Let me be frank with you. You'll drink this whether you like it or not. You have no choice.
Mr. Lee, according to law, forcing someone to drink can lead to legal consequences if anything goes wrong.
The law? The law is for the lower class. Ms. Scott, let me tell you something. The last girl from your company who came to negotiate with me didn't know her place. I asked her nicely to drink, but she refused, so I had her gang raped. Now she's still in a mental hospital. Miss Scott, you're indeed clever. You should know what to do now, right?
Fine, I'll drink.
That's more like it.
Let go of me.
Ungrateful butch. You need to be taught a lesson.
I'm Mr. Langley's assistant. If you touch me, Mr. Langley won't let you off.
Mr. Langley, do you really think a big shot like him would step in for a lowly employee like you? Trying to make a call? Too late. Today, even if God himself shows up, I'll have my way with you first.
Let go of me.
Let go of her. Are you all right?
Mr. Langley. Mr. Langley, we were just fooling around earlier. She was the one who seduced me first.
I seduced you?
Oh, come on. Of course you seduced me. Women like you just use their looks to get by. When you saw me, a rich man, you threw yourself at me. How pathetic.
Say one more word and I'll cut out your tongue.
Mr. Langley, our company and yours still have several ongoing projects. You wouldn't jeopardize that over one small employee, would you?
A mere few $100 million? You think I need that money? Let me tell you. I can give you opportunities, and I can take them away just as easily. I can make it impossible for you to survive in Cloud City.
Oh, Mr. Langley, please don't. I know I was wrong. I'm shameless. I shouldn't have made advances on your assistant. Please let me off the hook.
It's not me you should beg. It's her.
Oh, I understand. Mrs. Scott, I'm so sorry. It was my fault. I'll definitely change my ways and turn over a new leaf.
Change your ways? Turn over a new leaf? What about those girls you raped and tortured until they ended up in mental hospitals? Did they get a second chance?
I'll compensate them. I'll give them money. I'll give them a lot of money.
No need. From the moment you walked in, I've recorded every word you've said. You can go to prison and explain it to the police.
Ms. Scott! Ms. Scott! Mr. Langley, please let me go. Mr. Langley.
Let's go too. Hey! Audrey, what's wrong?
I'm feeling so hot.
I know. There's drugs in this incense. I'll put it out for you.
Don't go. I'm feeling so hot.
Audrey, get a hold of yourself. There are drugs in this room. Audrey. You're awake. How do you feel? Are you uncomfortable anywhere?
Mr. Langley. Did you bring me here?
Yes. Tim Lee not only drugged the drink, but also the incense in the room. You inhaled quite a bit.
Then, I didn't harass you, did I?
Seems you have quite a bit of self-awareness.
Did I really get handsy with you?
What do you think?
I didn't mean to.
Are you implying that I did it on purpose? Oh, I'm sorry. Just kidding. Nothing happened between us.
After all, Mr. Langley is a married man. If I really crossed the line, he would definitely fire me immediately.
Is she thinking about her husband? This is quite serious. Should we tell your husband?
No need. He's quite busy with work.
All right. I'll have my assistant stay with you. I have work to do at the company, so I'll go first.
Take care, Mr. Langley.
Mr. Langley, you called for me?
What's going on with the project with Pacific Group?
Well, that project is Ms. Scott's responsibility.
If I remember correctly, you were in charge of this case. Why the change?
Well, Ms. Scott volunteered for it. Said she wanted to contribute to our company. So I let her take it. You let her take it?
Okay. Let me ask you this. The young lady who was in charge of this case before, why did she quit?
Well, I guess it was some family issue. She didn't say when she left, and I didn't ask.
Felix Bennett. Do you really not know the reason?
Mr. Langley, I really don't know Mr. Langley.
Since you can't remember, let me help you recall. To please Tim Lee, you deliberately arranged for young female employees to negotiate, knowing well they might be assaulted. Yet you still did it. Here's all the evidence of your crimes. I've already called the police.
Mr. Langley, I did this all for the company, Mr. Langley. It was all for the company. Mr. Langley, please save me.
Are you Felix Bennett? Come with us. Take him away.
Mr. Langley, help me. Mr. Langley, I did it all for the company. Mr. Langley, help me. Mr. Langley, it was all for the company. Mr. Langley.
It must be that Audrey Scott. Who knows what she said to Mr. Langley to get Mr. Bennett fired. I finally got close to Mr. Bennett, and now it's all ruined. Audrey Scott, I won't let you get away with this. Well. Isn't this Miss Scott?
What are you being sarcastic about now?
I wouldn't dare. Ms. Scott goes out, negotiates a contract, and Mr. Langley sends Mr. Bennett to prison. Who would dare offend Mrs. Scott now?
Sent to prison?
Mrs. Scott, Mr. Langley said it himself yesterday. He said Felix Bennett conspired with the other company to frame a coworker. He's already been taken to the police station.
Bennett's a longtime employee. It's not easy to root him out completely. It might even affect the company's interests. But Mr. Langley actually went that far.
What's with that look, Audrey? Seeing how Mr. Langley made such a big fuss that day, he seems to care a lot about Audrey. Could it be? That day in the car, was it Mr. Langley? This botch! Why does she get Mr. Langley's favor? Audrey, you're usually so quiet and arrogant, but behind the scenes you're seducing Mr. Langley? Mr. Langley is a married man, you know.
What? Miss Scott is seducing Mr. Langley? That's so shameless.
Wrecking someone's family, how morally corrupt.
Amy Woods, what nonsense are you spouting? Did you see me seducing Mr. Langley?
If you're not seducing Mr. Langley, does Mr. Langley like you then? Everyone in the company knows Mr. Langley adores his wife. You're just a homewrecker, a third wheel in someone else's marriage.
That's right. Mr. Langley and his wife's relationship is there for all to see. No matter how much Audrey likes Mr. Langley, she shouldn't do something like this.
I bet she thinks it's true love. Too bad, she's just an ordinary employee. She's not even in the same league as Mr. Langley.
Enough. If you have evidence that I'm morally corrupt and ruining someone's relationship, feel free to report it to Mr. Langley. But if you have no proof and are just slandering me, don't blame me for not being polite. If it happens again, I'll call the police. Shannon.
Forget it. I don't want to eat with a woman who seduces married men. Let's change seats.
Bad luck.
Oh, isn't this Ms. Scott?
Jenny, here's this month's expense report.
Miss Scott, aren't you already hooking up with Mr. Langley? This small amount doesn't need to be reimbursed by a lowly accountant like me, does it?
Audrey?
Hello, Mr. Langley.
Heading home? It's on my way. I can give you a ride.
No need. I'm used to taking the bus. I'll be going now, Mr. Langley.
Hey. Let's go for a drink.
Enough. You've had quite a bit. Come on, tell me what's going on. Is it still about the divorce thing? Do you like Mrs. Scott?
She's married. She has a good relationship with her husband.
I don't see that at all. Long-distance marriage, barely know each other as a couple. How much love can there be? If I were you, I'd just go for her.
Ryan, I'm back in the country. Are you in Cloud City? Let's meet up.
Still abroad.
Oh, you're still abroad? All right then. I'll come find you overseas later.
That cousin of yours? What does he want from you? I've heard you know his personal life is a mess. Dating several girls at once. Typical spoiled rich kid.
I don't know. Let him be. As long as he doesn't bother me.
Miss, are you all right? This is Ella's best friend, my brother's rushed marriage wife. Can't believe after a year she's still so beautiful.
I'm fine. But please, drive slower next time. It's dangerous to drive like that.
You... Don't remember me?
Should I know you?
I remember she and my brother only met once. Maybe she's forgotten all of us. If that's the case, why not have some fun? Ryan's abroad anyway. If I pretend to be Ryan, this woman is mine. Audrey, I'm your husband. Don't you remember?
You're Brian Langley?
She doesn't know Ryan Langley, yet somehow knows his alternative name. Yeah, I'm Brian.
I never imagined our first meeting would be under these circumstances.
It's all my fault. That's why we're only meeting now.
It's okay. You're busy with work.
Still, I was wrong. Your hand is injured. Let me take you to get it treated.
No need, it's just a small cut. I'll disinfect it at home.
If you say that, I'll think you're not happy with me.
That's not what I meant.
Then let me take you home. Is your wound better?
It's healed already.
Do you have time soon? I'd like to treat you to a meal.
I'm free tomorrow.
See you tomorrow then.
Ms. Scott, you seem to be in a good mood today.
Ava, I want to ask you something.
What is it?
What do you think is appropriate to wear on a date?
Of course, something pretty that shows off your figure and makes your date fall for you. Oh, right. I heard there's a good clothing store on the second floor of Langley Mall. The clothes there are pretty nice.
Miss Scott, are you going on a date?
They offer free styling services, too.
If I need it, I'll let you know.
Hello, madam?
I'll just look around myself. You can go.
Well, isn't this Audrey Scott? With your budget, I'm afraid you can't even afford a scarf here.
Audrey Scott?
Audrey Scott, with your meager salary, you dare to shop here? Or what, trying to keep up appearances?
What clothes I buy is none of your business.
How is it not my business? After all, you're related to me. If you buy clothes and can't pay your debts, my parents and I will have to cover for you.
Audrey Scott, aren't you ashamed to say that? Since childhood, it's been your family leeching off me.
I have nothing to be ashamed of. Our parents worked hard to raise you. You should be grateful to them.
Still as shameless as ever.
You...
Wrap these two for me, please.
Fine. Considering I'm spending your husband's money, I'll let it slide. Audrey Scott, one piece of clothing here costs over 100,000. Where did you get that kind of money?
Miss, are you buying anything? If you're not, please don't disturb my other customers.
Of course I'm buying. I'll take these two she's holding.
Give them to her.
Miss, the clothes in our store are non-returnable, so please consider carefully.
Fine, I won't return them. Just wrap them up for me.
Certainly, miss. For these two items, the total is $238,600.
What? That's so expensive. Are these clothes lined with gold?
Just now you thought it was fine. Now you think it's expensive?
Oh, whatever. I just scammed her husband for a lot anyway. 200,000 is fine.
If you're not buying clothes, you can leave now. Don't disturb our business.
Who said I'm not buying? Check out... Audrey Scott, I've already paid. Now let's see if you can afford it.
Just those two, please. Wrap them up for me.
Certainly.
Here's my card.
No need to pay. In our store, you can try on clothes freely. If anything doesn't fit, you can come back to our store. We have professional tailors who can customize for you.
Hey, why doesn't she need to pay?
Because she's our boss's wife. Have you ever seen a store where the boss's wife pays?
Boss's wife? Audrey Scott, how could you possibly own a high-end clothing store in this mall? Do you know how much the rent is for 1 month?
I'm sorry, but our madam doesn't pay rent. This entire shop belongs to our madam.
Audrey Scott, if you're hiring actors, at least find more professional ones. This is the most high-end mall in the area. Its annual revenue is 20 billion. Before you lie, at least do some research.
I haven't told you yet. This entire street belongs to our madam. If I told you that, you'd be furious.
How is that possible?
Never mind her. Please wrap it up for me.
Madam, would you like me to have it delivered to your home? So you don't have to carry it?
No need. I'll take it with me.
All right. Thank you.
Audrey Scott?
Mr. Langley.
Are you here shopping?
Yes, I am.
This brand doesn't seem to be your usual style.
I have an important date coming up.
Is it for your husband?
Yes, he's back.
That's nice. A woman dresses up for the one she loves.
What brings you here, Mr. Langley?
Inspecting the store.
I won't disturb your work then. I'll be going.
All right. Take care. That customer who just left, when she comes to buy clothes, charge it to my account.
We don't usually charge your wife for purchases.
My wife?
What's going on, Mr. Langley? I wouldn't mistake his wife. Unless, is this some kind of role play?
That wasn't my wife.
Oh, I see. We understand, we'll remember. From now on, that lady's purchases will be charged to your account.
Who's that? He's so handsome.
That's the group's chairman, Mr. Ryan Langley.
If only I could be his girlfriend. That would be like winning the lottery.
Stop right there. Don't even think about it. Mr. Langley is married, and he and his wife are very much in love. Didn't you see?
Oh well, I was just daydreaming.
Why are you here?
To pick you up.
So Audrey Scott's husband is Simon Langley. Simon's always been a playboy. I've never heard he married anyone. Could Audrey have been tricked?
Why are we at a hotel?
What? Oh, well, the company has a project nearby recently. Staying at a hotel is more convenient.
Oh, okay.
Have a seat. I'll get you some water.
Is it because we came to a hotel as soon as we met? I feel a bit uncomfortable.
Here's your water.
Thanks. How come there's a violin in the hotel?
You like it? Try it.
Since I started working, I haven't touched a violin.
Haven't played in a while, have you? Your hand position looks a bit rusty.
You've learned it?
I studied a bit while at Berkelia. I should be able to teach you. I'm sorry. I crossed the line.
It's okay. We're married. Maybe it's because too much happened today. I just couldn't process it all at once.
Do you want to try again?
No thanks. I'm not feeling well today. I'll head out first.
Text me when you get home. She didn't refuse to come to the hotel. She even bought sexy lingerie. What a tease. Why did she suddenly run off? What exactly went wrong? Audrey Scott. Next time, I definitely won't let you slip away from me.
Audrey Scott.
Mr. Langley.
What a coincidence. It's so late. It's not safe for you to go home alone. Let me give you a ride.
Although Mr. Langley and I are innocent, rumors spread quickly. It's better to keep my distance from him. No need, Mr. Langley. My husband's coming to pick me up. I'll be going now. Thanks.
Does she hate me that much?
Hello, Mr. Langley.
Good morning, Mr. Langley.
Hello, Mr. Langley.
Miss Scott, usually when Mr. Langley arrives, he calls you to his office first. Today, Mr. Langley didn't even glance at you. Looks like Ms. Scott is finally falling out of favor.
Amy Woods, what do you mean?
What do you think I mean? That's exactly what I mean.
Amy Woods. Do you think no one knows about what you've been doing behind the scenes? Felix Bennett is gone. You think you're safe now?
Felix Bennett is already in jail. How would she know I'm the one who sent her there?
It's fine. I've already checked. Ryan Langley once made a big show of giving this law firm to his wife. My coming here is perfectly justified. Who's in charge here? Tell them to come out.
Audra Scott?
What are you doing here?
I should be asking you that.
Audra Scott? Who are you? Do you have an appointment? Go, go, go! Leave now, or I'll call the police.
Call the police? Do you know who I am?
I don't care who you are.
I'm Mr. Langley's wife.
You're Mr. Langley's wife?
Isn't Mr. Langley's wife called Audrey Scott? How could it be Audra Scott?
This card was given to me by Mr. Langley. There are only 5 in the entire country. This should be enough to prove my identity, right?
Hello, Mrs. Langley.
Hello, Mrs. Langley.
The title of Mrs. Langley is useful indeed. No need to be so formal. Mr. Langley said before that he gave me the firm. I'm just here to take a look.
Well, Mrs. Langley, where would you like to start? I'll show you around.
You're quite perceptive. Perfect. I need 20 million now. Transfer it to this card. Get it done right now. Who's in charge?
According to company procedures, I need to get Mr. Langley's signature approval before going to finance for your request.
Audrey Scott. This law firm is all mine now. Whatever procedure I say, that's the procedure. Transfer it to me now.
That's right, Audrey. Mr. Langley said he's giving the firm to his wife. The whole company knows about it. You've only been by Mr. Langley's side for a few days. Have you forgotten you're just an employee?
I'm sorry, Ms. Scott. Without receiving specific notification, I must follow the original procedures.
Audrey Scott, Mrs. Langley might be easy to bully, but Mr. Langley isn't someone to mess with.
Audra Scott, this is 20 million after all. Is this money considered a loan, a gift, or a company business expense? All of these require contracts. If there's no documentation and I report 20 million missing from the books, that would be dereliction of duty.
What do you mean? You don't believe what I'm saying now?
How can I believe you? Audra Scott, when did you get married? How come I don't know?
Do I need to inform you when I'm getting married? We got married a year ago. He's been working abroad, just got back recently.
This matches what the CEO said.
Could it be she really is the CEO's wife?
I've told you, I am the CEO's wife. So you have to transfer this money. You have no choice.
Audra Scott, even if you married Mr. Langley, I still can't transfer this money to you.
What's this?
Everyone, this is the law firm transfer contract Mr. Langley asked me to draft. No one has signed it yet, so it's not legally binding.
Audrey Scott, Mr. Langley and I are married. Even without a contract, this law firm is half mine.
Then sign it now.
If I sign now, I can only sign as Audrey Scott. Then my identity would be exposed.
Audra Scott, deceiving a company for illegal possession of large sums of money is called fraud. Do you know how long you'll be in jail for 20 million?
Audrey Scott, how dare you talk to Mrs. Langley like that?
If you don't want to sign, that's fine. I'll go get Mr. Langley. We can discuss this face to face.
Perfect. Mr. Langley said he'd come to get some files soon.
When Mr. Langley arrives, everything will be cleared up.
What? Ryan Langley is coming soon? I must leave now. My husband has been working very hard lately. I don't want to bother him. I'll wait until I get home tonight to tell him in person.
I thought Mr. Langley's wife was from a wealthy family. I didn't expect his wife to be the shallow, greedy Audra Scott. She's trying everything to transfer Mr. Langley's assets. Should I warn Mr. Langley?
Well, today was also a test for all of you. I hope when I take over the firm, you'll support me just like today to make it bigger and stronger.
Yes, Mrs. Langley.
I have some business to attend to, so I'll be going now.
Mrs. Langley, let me walk you out.
It seems you're quite perceptive. Do you know why I called you here?
Mrs. Langley, you called me here today surely to give me instructions.
Sigh. Ryan and I, though we're married, haven't seen each other for years. Our relationship has inevitably cooled. He often comes to the company. Are there any suspicious people or things at your company?
Mrs. Langley, you've really asked the right person. That Audrey Scott, who just gave you a hard time, is particularly close to Mr. Langley.
It's her indeed. Your position seems lower than hers. Would you like a promotion?
Really, Mrs. Langley? Do you think I can do it?
It's possible, sure, but you'll need to prove your abilities to me first.
Mrs. Langley, what do you want me to do?
I want Audrey Scott's reputation ruined, so she can't survive anywhere in the capital city.
Mrs. Langley, don't worry. I'll handle this to your satisfaction.
So, I didn't expect that, even after working overtime for a month. The project still failed in the bidding.
The project bonus for this month is gone again.
Audrey Scott, how did Howard Entertainment know about our investment project data?
How do I know?
Audrey Scott, you're the only person who was responsible for this project. But now, because of your disclosure of confidential information, our department's bonuses for this quarter are all gone.
I thought we had no reason to lose that project. It turns out it was Ms. Scott who leaked the information.
I never expected her to be like this.
You say I leaked confidential information. What evidence do you have?
Audrey Scott, you're on your last legs and still trying to argue. Only you and Mr. Langley knew the final investment amount. Are you suggesting that it was Mr. Langley who leaked the information, not you?
My daughter has been in the ICU for half a month, costing $10,000 a day. I work overtime every day for the project bonus, just to earn the money to save my daughter's life. Ms. Scott, you're rich, but that doesn't mean you can ignore the lives of ordinary people like us.
Ms. Scott? You really have a way with men. Mr. Langley takes such good care of you. What can ordinary employees like us do?
Audrey Scott, go to hell.
You all right? Your security measures here are really not up to par.
We will definitely strengthen patrols.
Remember to call the police.
Sure.
Audrey Scott, you've leaked the company's secret, so you cannot leave.
I'm Ryan Langley's brother. She did not leak the company's secret. Does anyone have any objections? Any at all?
Whether you believe it or not, I didn't leak the company's secret. I'll find it out. Let go of him. Leo, you can get $300,000 with this card. Take it for emergencies. Let's go.
Let's go out for drinks. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Is it because of Ms. Scott again?
Maybe I should go back first.
My friends heard that you're a lawyer and they all want to meet you. Just do me a favor.
All right.
Let me introduce her to you. This is my wife, Audrey Scott. You can call her Audie.
Nice to meet you, Audie.
Nice to meet you.
This one Simon brought here is prettier than the last one.
You're drunk, aren't you? This is his wife. Audie, don't take it personally. When he drinks, he just says whatever comes to his mind. Last time he got drunk, he held a dog and talked to it all night long.
It's all right.
Right. I was confused. Audie, I'll drink 3 glasses as punishment. I'll drink 3 glasses as punishment.
Excuse me. I'm going to the bathroom. Birds of a feather flock together. How could his friends be like this?
Simon, where did you find this woman? She's quite a catch.
As usual. After I'm done with her, you can do whatever you want.
She's our buddy's wife, right? This is not appropriate, is it?
What are you talking about? Will Simon be short of women? Simon, I've got something good here, something that'll set her heart on fire after a drink.
We were talking about you. Why did it take you so long to come back?
Audie, I was wrong just now. Let me make it up to you with this drink.
Do you think I should drink it?
He was just joking with you. Are you crazy?
Did you enjoy the drug in the drink?
You. Did I let you leave?
How dare you do that to Simon?
Isn't that Mrs. Scott?
How could you let her down? How could you let her down? She's so good. How could you make her angry?
Mr. Langley, stop. Stop.
Ryan Langley? Ryan Langley actually returned to the country.
I should never have given you the chance to bully her. Stay away from her.
I was wrong. I won't dare to do it again.
Let's go.
Simon, are you all right? I'll teach that guy a lesson.
Book me on the earliest possible flight. I want to go abroad.
No need be so careful. Just splash it directly.
Why were you there today?
I was drinking there with Michael. Should I not have hit him?
No, he deserved a beating.
You two?
He's my husband, and we got married hastily without much feeling between us. It's just that some of his actions made me think we could still treat each other with respect. But it turns out that was all just my illusion.
What happened tonight?
You didn't even know what was going on before hitting him.
I believe you.
He let his friend drug me without saying anything. Let me pour you a glass of water.
Okay.
Mr. Langley.
Do you need my help to solve the problem with Simon Langley?
I can handle it myself. Then I'll take my leave now.
It's very late. Let me send someone to escort you back.
Okay.
Michael, no matter what that woman wants, I want to get the divorce certificate in a month.
What? You want to divorce Brian?
Mom, I'm sorry, but I must divorce him.
Audie, do you have someone you like?
Let me answer the call first, Mom. Okay, I got it.
This is...
It's my colleague calling, asking me to prepare for a business trip.
Sigh. Since it's about company business, you should hurry up and pack. Audie, as for the divorce, I hope you can put it aside for now. Since you're going on a business trip, let's talk about everything after you return.
Okay, I'll take my leave now, Mom. Mr. Langley.
How do you feel after sitting on the plane for over 10 hours?
Not so bad. Why is this project so urgent?
Do you know about our company's oil project?
Yes, I'm responsible for it.
If that project is successful, the profits will be immeasurable. The person we're meeting tomorrow is the key figure in this project. He's only staying in this city for 3 days.
I see.
Audrey, after we return from this business trip, I want to talk to you about something.
What is it?
Ryan, you're finally back. Ryan, you're finally back.
Who are you?
Ryan, I'm Sophia Gordon, the heiress of the Gordon Group. You forgot? We used to play together when we were kids.
I don't recognize you, nor are we familiar.
He's truly worthy of being in a position of power, with such a straightforward and ruthless way of rejection.
Ryan, how could you say that? If it weren't for your mom insisting that you marry that woman, maybe we would have children by now.
Who told you all that? My family's business has nothing to do with you.
Ryan, I came to see you as soon as I returned to the country. I miss you so much.
What a skilled butch.
Leave now. The way you talk gives me a headache.
Wait, Ryan, since I'm already here, can we have dinner together before I leave?
Alas, this...
Mr. Langley, there's a phone call for you to answer.
Who are you?
Hello, Ms. Gordon. I'm Audrey Scott, Mr. Langley's assistant.
Miss Scott, you're so beautiful. There are plenty of men around you, right? You have reached this position at such a young age. Mr. Langley must really appreciate you.
So that was a warning to me. Ms. Gordon, don't worry. I'm already married. My husband and I are very much in love. And I won't be a stumbling block for you in your pursuit of Mr. Langley.
Miss Scott, you really know your place.
She really has the audacity to be so blatantly manipulative. Once Mr. Langley is away, she doesn't pretend anymore. Don't worry. The best thing about me is that I know my place.
That's good. As long as you don't interfere with my plans, I won't make things difficult for you.
Audrey Scott, come here.
What's wrong, Mr. Langley?
Nothing. I saw that you were unhappy with the conversation, so I tried to help you out.
Mr. Langley really have sharp eyes.
What are you thinking about me in your head?
Nothing. I think you have discerning eyes and are clear about what is right and wrong.
You're buttering me up. Let's go and have dinner.
Okay.
Hey, Ryan, wait for me. Ryan, you know me well. You must believe me.
She's starting to act again.
If I didn't have solid evidence, I wouldn't have said that. The woman you married did indeed betray you.
How did you know she betrayed me? Did you investigate me?
Oh, no. It's just that everyone is saying so. I shouldn't have spoken out of turn, right?
The Gordon Group? Sophia Gordon?
I specifically asked my dad to allow me to be in charge of the projects between our two companies, so that we can have more opportunities to interact in the future. Ryan?
Since I became an adult, I've been fighting in the business world. The business world is like a battlefield, and I'm not someone who can't see through tricks, so put away your little schemes in front of me. You can go now since you've finished eating.
Ryan.
I'll count to 3. If you're not gone by then, I'll have your dad come and pick you up personally.
Ryan, I'll come find you again some other day. Ryan Langley, no one will take you away from me.
This time, thanks to Ms. Scott, our negotiation was so smooth.
Oh, it's all thanks to Mr. Langley that we were able to make it this far.
In any case, it was a really satisfying negotiation. Mr. Langley, I haven't had a good rest for 3 days. How about...
Okay, I'm giving you 2 a day off. You can go shopping or spend it at the hotel, and all expenses will be covered by the company.
Thank you, Mr. Langley. Then these.
Leave them to me.
Don't you want to go out and relax a bit?
Mr. Langley, I would like to take a leave of absence to go to Waterville Town. It might take 2 days.
Is there anything you want to do there?
My mom's death anniversary is approaching, and I want to go and pay my respects to her.
Waterville Town? The name of that place sounds really nice. I'll take you there and relax a bit at the same time.
Thank you. Mom, it's been a long time since I came to see you last time. I wonder if you're doing well. The flowers today are a bit wilted, so please don't mind them. Just make do with what you have. But I know you wouldn't mind. You'd probably just say that these flowers need more fertilizer. You had a special way with flowers. Our home was always filled with blossoms. I used to think there were too many flowers. And they were getting in the way of my swinging on the swing, so I insisted that you move them all out. But I don't swing anymore. If you were to come back, you could plant more flowers. After all, I haven't inherited your talent. I'm a flower killer. The cacti on my desk never last more than 3 weeks. I forgot to introduce him to you, Mom. This is my boss, the CEO of the Langley Group. He's handsome and rich. Many girls like him.
Hello, Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lewis, remember my face? If Audrey Scott gets hurt in the future, scold me in my dream.
What are you doing?
I'm making a promise so that your mom can have more peace of mind.
Okay, let's go.
Don't you want to stay a bit longer?
It's the same even if we stay longer. It's probably going to rain heavily soon. Let's hurry and get down the mountain. What's going on?
The car engine is broken and we can't go.
Aren't we going to have to spend the night in the car?
It's not safe to be in the car with such heavy rain on the mountain.
But I don't see any villages nearby. What should we do?
When we came, I saw an inn at the foot of the mountain. It won't be far away. Let's go there now. Otherwise, it will be harder to walk as the rain gets heavier.
Okay. Do you have an umbrella in your car?
The last time it rained, Michael Ford, that rascal, took it away, and he hasn't returned it to me yet. I'll deal with him when I'm back.
Let me use the phone to navigate.
The signal is weak on the mountain, and there's only one way down. Just go with me.
Sir, 2 rooms, please.
Oh, sorry. There's only 1 room left?
You misunderstood. We're not in that kind of relationship. This is my boss.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. It's raining heavily outside today. All the other rooms here are occupied, and there's only 1 room left.
We want this room.
Mr. Langley.
We just got caught in the rain, so let's go take a hot shower first.
Sir, your room is on the 2nd floor.
Thank you. Go take a shower. I'll go check if there are any clothes shops nearby.
Let me go. You're the boss after all. How can I let you go? And you are all wet. Let me go.
No, let me. It's not safe for you, a girl, to go out so late. Excuse me, is there a place nearby where I can buy...
$10.
Where can I buy clothes?
Oh. Well, you can find one shop if you go out and turn left.
Thank you. Are you... I just bought you some clothes. Try them on and see if they fit.
Okay, wait a moment. Okay.
I saw you sneezing earlier, so I made you some cold medicine just in case.
Thank you. Go take a shower. You're all wet.
Okay.
Wait, your clothes... There are only instant noodles here. I don't know if you're used to eating them.
It should be fine. Which one is mine?
Well, any is fine for me. You can choose.
I choose this one. It smells quite good.
Let me do it. Never mind.
Just let me do it.
There's only one bed here and no sofa. How are we going to sleep?
You can sleep on the bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
That's not right. You're the boss. How can I let you sleep on the floor?
It wouldn't look good if news got out that I let a girl sleep on the floor.
You're going to spread that around?
Well, I understand. Come on, go to sleep.
What are you doing?
There's a cat, and I'm afraid it might scare you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does it hurt?
It does hurt a little. After all, I've never been hit like this before.
Your face has turned red. I think I'll just sleep with the receptionist tonight.
Hey, what are we gonna do with this cat?
Figure it out yourself.
Well, you have to accompany me here.
What did you say? Villa of the Gordon family. Ryan actually went to visit the grave with his wife?
Yes, Miss Gordon.
I was so focused on warning his assistant, Audrey Scott, that I forgot Ryan has a wife. You guys, grab that woman and bring her over to me.
Yes, Miss Gordon.
Please don't hurt me.
Are you Ryan's wife?
Yes. Oh, no. Not me. I'm just attracted to him because he's rich. I'm after his money, but I'm not his wife.
What do you mean? You're not his wife?
My sister Audrey Scott is his wife. I just happened to receive his phone call, and I pretended to be Audrey Scott to trick some money out of him because I'm after his money.
Who did you say is Ryan's wife?
Audrey Scott, his assistant.
So? Ryan doesn't know who his wife is?
Right, he doesn't know.
Let go of her. Come over here. Since it's just a misunderstanding, let's forget about it. You're just after Ryan's money. Well, how much do you want? I'll give it to you.
Really?
But you have to promise me one thing.
Miss Scott, Our Lady wants to see you.
So it's you, Ms. Gordon. What do you want to talk to me about?
Ms. Scott, why are you so nervous? Are you afraid that I'm not a good person?
Would a good person use such means to get me here?
Ms. Scott, I apologize. My main concern is that if you stay too long by Ryan's side, you might lose sight of your own position and develop some inappropriate thoughts.
Ms. Gordon, you're really overthinking it. Mr. Langley and I are just colleagues with a superior-subordinate relationship. I'm already married, and my husband and I are very much in love.
In love? Do you even believe that yourself? Oh, did your husband receive the divorce agreement you sent him last week?
Have you investigated me?
If I hadn't investigated you, how would I have known about such a scheming person like you by Ryan's side?
Ms. Gordon, just say what you want to say straight up.
All right, I want you to resign immediately and leave Cloud City, never to return again.
Sorry, Ms. Gordon, I can't promise you. Cloud City is my home. I've worked hard here for 3 years. I can't possibly give up everything I've built here.
Do you think I'm discussing this with you? I asked you to be here today to tell you that there will be no place for you in Cloud City anymore.
So?
The difference is whether you're going to resign on your own and leave quietly, or whether you're going to be driven out in disgrace.
Ms. Gordon, if you were so confident, I wouldn't be in Cloud City now.
You look down on me. Do you really think that just by being by Ryan's side, he can protect you?
I just want to do my job well. I don't have any relationship with Mr. Langley. I'm not a threat to you.
I guess I was overthinking it. What? Are you afraid that there's something wrong with the tea?
I can't help it. I've suffered from that before, so I'm cautious.
You'd better keep being cautious like this. Stay away from Ryan. Or else...
I'm making it clear here. I won't leave Cloud City or resign. Ms. Gordon, if you have any tricks up your sleeve, just go ahead and use them. I'm ready for them all.
Ms. Gordon, what should we do now?
Actually, signing the divorce agreement could work. But according to Audrey Scott's scheming nature, she'll definitely come out and reveal your identity, and then our efforts will be in vain. Instead, let's solidify the evidence of Audrey Scott's infidelity.
But what should we do?
Don't you have a boyfriend? I've heard that he's quite open. Let him have sex with Audrey Scott and then take photos and post them online.
But he's my boyfriend. You should give me more money.
When I become the young madam of the Langley family, you can have as much money as you want. Why would you care about one man?
Miss Scott.
What are you doing?
I have something I'd like to ask you about today.
But it's too late now. Let's talk about it tomorrow.
I'm afraid that's not up to you. Come up with me now.
What's going on?
Mr. Langley, it seems Audrey Scott's been kidnapped.
I know you're Audra's boyfriend. Don't you fear that she'll find out about what you're doing?
What if she does? It is her who asked me to ruin you.
Scumbag.
Scumbag. I'm about to do something even worse. Guys, get your phones ready to record us.
What you're doing is illegal.
Illegal? I won't do it if it's not illegal. Record us.
Let go of me. Let go, let go.
How dare you touch her? Beat them up. Then hand them to the police.
Who are you?
Ryan Langley.
Ryan Langley? Mr. Langley! Mr. Langley! It was Sophia Gordon who made me do it. It has nothing to do with me. Please spare me this once. Spare me.
Sophia Gordon?
Yes, yes.
Take them away.
Mr. Langley! I'm innocent. Mr. Langley.
Are you okay? I'll take you home. Audrey. Audrey?
Mr. Langley.
Did you find out who did it?
This is what I've compiled about people involved in this matter. The one who bullied Audrey Scott is called Edward Johnson. Personnel investigation. He's Audrey Scott's boyfriend.
Audrey Scott? I've never heard that name before. Who is she?
Isn't she your wife? She came to our company last time and asked the law firm's accountant to transfer money to her. But that matter was already stopped by Audrey Scott.
So her name is Audrey Scott. Not the same name as Audrey Scott. Continue.
Yes. According to our investigation, another person involved in this is called Sophia Gordon. This Sophia Gordon kidnapped Audrey Scott 3 days ago, but then released her. After that, she and Audrey Scott began frequent contact and hired Edward Johnson to rape Audrey Scott.
Outrageous. Collect all evidence immediately and send them all to prison. Have someone? Take good care of them.
Yes.
You're awake. Take it easy. The doctor said you fainted from shock. Are you feeling better now?
Mr. Langley, how did you find me there yesterday?
I was working overtime yesterday. When I got off work, I happened to run into it.
Thank you, Mr. Langley. I don't know why, but I seem to have such bad luck this year.
It will all pass. Audrey, after I get divorced, would there be a chance for me to get closer to you? Ella, about the number you gave me last time, there's a problem with it. Does that Audrey Scott have any other numbers? Okay, send it to me now.
Great. Now I don't have to worry about explaining to Mom. Mr. Langley, here are the files you requested.
Oh, Ms. Scott, you look happy today. What's the good news?
I guess you could say it's one of life's 3 great joys.
3 great joys? Are you pregnant?
Mr. Langley, this afternoon, I'd like to take a half day off.
In such a hurry? Could she really be pregnant? Okay, go ahead and take the time off.
Thank you, Mr. Langley.
Mr. Langley, the project we just discussed.
Let's postpone it. I have something to do this afternoon, too.
All right. What's going on? Everyone's got plans all of a sudden.
Didn't we agree to get divorced at 3 o'clock? Where is she?
I just confirmed with her. She'll be here soon. Oh, here she comes. Your wife is here.
Audrey Scott? Why is she here?
Could Ms. Scott really be your wife?
That's impossible.
Don't tell me that after all this time, you still don't know what your real wife looks like.
Before, that Audrey Scott pretended to be my wife. By the time I found out, I had already fallen for Audrey, so I didn't care at all about my wife or what she looked like. Could Audrey really be my wife?
Isn't the marriage certificate in your hands? Hurry up and check it. Don't tell me you've never looked at it.
Heavens, Audrey really is my wife. She's my legal spouse. I'm the only one who rightfully has her as my wife. But she's pregnant. No matter who's in her heart or whose child she's carrying, it doesn't change the fact that she's my wife.
What are you muttering about? You better think about what to do now.
What else can I do? I'm not getting divorced anymore.
You don't want to divorce? What about your wife? I just made a tough statement on your behalf. Said whoever doesn't divorce is a coward.
What?
See for yourself.
Mr. Langley, when will you arrive? Mr. Langley, you're not going back on your word, are you? Pardon my boldness, Mr. Langley, but you were the one who said whoever doesn't divorce is a coward. I'm eager to get divorced. Please hurry up.
Why are you so annoying? I'll reply to her. Sorry, I don't want to get divorced anymore.
What kind of person are you? You're the one who said to divorce, and now you're the one who doesn't want to.
She's calling. Take it. Quick, hide. Don't let her find us. Hurry, hurry.
What does this have to do with me? Hi.
Mrs. Scott, what a coincidence.
Mr. Langley, what are you doing here?
I was just passing by. What's wrong? You were so happy at work earlier. How come you look upset when you're off work?
It's nothing. Just ran into a crazy person. Mr. Langley, if you don't need anything else, I'll be going now.
I'll give you a ride. Oh, he actually has something to do and needs to leave right away.
Oh, okay. Bye then.
Mr. Langley, thanks for the ride home. If there's nothing else, I'll head to work now.
Is she like me, unaware that we're actually married? Or maybe she knows everything but has another man in her heart, so she's unwilling to acknowledge my identity. Okay? Audrey.
What is it, Mr. Langley?
Who am I to you exactly?
You're my boss.
What else?
What else is there?
Nothing.
Then I'll get going. What's wrong with Mr. Langley? Why is he acting so strange?
Ella. You were right. Audrey is a great girl. I misjudged her before. Now I want to protect her and live a good life with her. But she doesn't seem willing to accept me. Will you help me?
Go chase your own wife yourself. If all else fails, cry, make a scene, or threaten suicide.
Hey!
Hey, what's going on now? In the middle of the day, you were all excited to take time off. But now, why are you looking so gloomy?
Don't even ask. I was supposed to get divorced today. But when I got to the Civil Affairs Bureau, my husband, who I haven't seen in a year, said he didn't want a divorce anymore.
That can actually happen? Wait, you and your husband have been married for a year without seeing each other?
We did meet once, but we mistook each other's identities.
Now I'm really curious. Hey, don't you want to know what your husband looks like?
What's the point of knowing? We can't even meet.
Don't you have a marriage certificate? Take a look at it.
Yeah, I do have one.
Come on. Take a look. He might be handsome.
Forget it. The more I look, the worse I'll feel. We're getting divorced anyway.
Stop making excuses. You're just being a coward about looking at a photo. Wait, Audrey, your husband is Mr. Langley?
What am I to you exactly?
You're my boss.
What else?
What else is there?
Nothing.
Is Mr. Langley really my husband?
Mr. Langley is here.
Now you know about our relationship. Audrey, I just want to ask you one thing.
Audrey, Mr. Langley is asking you a question.
Yes?
My wife is a wonderful girl. We've been married for over a year, but after all this time, we still haven't met in person. But even so, I've fallen in love with her all over again. However, because of me, she's suffered a lot. Now, I want to make it up to her. Do you think she'd be willing to forgive me?
Forgive him?
Even if it's just one chance, let me slowly make it up to her. Will you? Audie?
Well, I suppose I could give you a chance. Put me down.
Never. I'll never let you go in this lifetime. Time to get up.
So sleepy. I want to sleep a bit more.
What do you want to eat later? I'll make it for you.
I want to eat noodles with soybean paste.
Okay, let's go eat together.
Hey, Mom finally recovered her health. Why did she stop staying at home and move out suddenly?
She has her own social circle. Said she wants to go hiking and skiing with friends. Afraid we'll interfere with her plans.
Mom's really got her own style. Hey, the first time I brought you to this noodle restaurant, how did you feel?
When I first came in, it just felt chaotic. But seeing you next to me, I felt the environment wasn't that important anymore.
Why are you talking like this now?
What's wrong? Don't you like the way I talk now?
I don't like it. I still prefer how you were when you first joined the company. All principled and upright.
Fine, then tomorrow at the office, I'll act cool for you.
Cut it out. Hurry up and eat your noodles. I'm a bit too full.
Then let's walk back like this. It'll help digest the food.
What are you thinking about now?
I'm thinking, if only we could keep walking like this forever.
Then let's do that. Walk on forever.